Hi, everyone. Hopefully, you're pretty well through activities 1 through 4. And so now I'm going to outline activities 5 and 6. Ideally, you'll have all the activities done by the end of this week. And um, you can get to the activities by simply going to the content section, clicking on Unit 1, and remember that there are release conditions that you won't be able to see things until you've met the conditions. So, for instance, with the media analysis activity 4, you can't see it until you do the fine art of baloney detection quiz. So, activity 5, when you click on it, it's one of my ministry activities, so it looks a little bit different. So you're going to, first of all, you won't be able to see it until you've completed the from where do you get your news activity. But once you submit to there, you can just simply click on this and it brings open this activity. And I'll just go up to the top here. You're going to read through the activity. There's some interactive things, so you're click on this and listen to the video. I'm not going to go through these. You can read it on your own time, but you need to read through all this information so that when you finally get down to doing some of these activities here, it's going to make sense. So here's the thing that you're going to submit. So it says you're going to look to the Arctic through watching this video, and you're going to open up this graphic organizer, which looks like I don't have a copy of it here, so I'll just open it. So after watching that film, you're going to look for evidence of the inquiry process. So here are the 5 different categories. Okay, so you're going to give me an example for each one, and once you've completed this, you'll download it and then put it into the Dropbox, which is found uh, this one right here, I think. It's also found by clicking here, submitting your work. Okay, so make sure you go through and read everything and watch the video and so on. When it comes to this crap analysis, it can be a little bit confusing. It's basically a great checklist for you to think about and use throughout the entire course when it comes to evaluating sources. But you don't have to write anything on your worksheet regarding this analysis. Okay, thinking log. That's the last one here. So you need to read this over. Oh, sorry. One question that remains for our studies is how does finding Franklin's Urbis contribute to our understanding of the Arctic and its people today? So write a supported opinion paragraph that answers the question and use this template and submit it to here. And then finally, there's a discussion. Okay, so that's all of activity 5. Ignore this. That's I've had to renumber things, and I'm still trying to figure out all the spots where the numbers have been written. So that's activity 5. All right. So once you get activity 5 done, we're on to looking at the global classification system. I put down here sort of the antiquated way that we used to think of the world. A lot of people still refer to the first, second, and third world, which is a completely useless way of looking at the world. It's really referring to the world after World War II. All of the NATO countries and allies of the NATO countries are in blue. All the enemy countries, the communist countries, are in red. So you'll see Vietnam here, and China, Mongolia, North Korea, Poland, East Germany, which doesn't even exist anymore. They're all second world countries. And then third world countries. Look at this. We've got Saudi Arabia as listed as a third world country. We've got Morocco, which is a wealthy country, and it's listed as a third world country. All right. So third world was just simply everybody else. So this is a terrible way of classifying countries. And so we're going to think about some other ways of classifying countries. So the first thing I want you to do is to do this political spectrum test. It's sort of fun. There's two political surveys. Just click on this and it'll open it up. It's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, and then at the end, it's going to give you your results, which you'll put your results in here. And then there's the leadership test, and when you go through and try the leadership test, it's going to tell you you most emulate Mahatma Gandhi or Adolf Hitler or whomever. It's sort of an interesting, sort of fun take on what your leadership style is, and you'll put your results in there. And then finally, you're going to reflect on your results. I do have a discussion board for this, so I'd really like you to share your results with the people in the class. So I think, well, if we just go into discussions here, I'll find it. So it's Unit 1, Activity 6. There we are, Famous Leader Test. So it says submit your Famous Leader Test to the discussion board so we can all check out the results. And then you're going to submit this document to the Dropbox. All right, so make sure you put this document into the Dropbox. So once you've completed the first part here, the political spectrum test, and you've shared your results and submitted to the Dropbox, you're going to move on to my lesson. I would suggest that you click on the present mode. Just so you can see some audio here, and it's going to autoplay if you're in present mode, but it's not going to automatically play if you just have it in this mode. All right. So I try to give a little bit more context to, what is this map trying to tell me? Well, if you listen to my audio, it'll explain what's up. And once you've gone through the lesson, you'll see here it says work on the global classification systems activity sheet and submit it to the Dropbox. So you're going to collect a whole bunch of stats here so that you can take a look at the different continents and how things have changed over time. So, for instance, if you click on this first map here, so it looks at the governments of the world in 1900. So you can see that limited democracies are in blue, autocracies and military juntas, which are basically one person rule, um, are found in this sort of brownish color, and we have monarchies in orange. So if we take a look at North America, for 1907, which is the second map here, I have already filled in everything for you. All right, so you're looking at the stats and putting them in here. Sorry, no. The first map here, you're just putting in limited democracy, multi-party democracy, whatever the dominant one is for the map. So if you take a look at 1907, the majority of it is the limited democracy. Then you move on. So you'll do it for South America, you'll do it for Europe, Africa, and Asia. Then you'll click on the next map, open it up. Once again, remember it starts in 1900. You want to switch to, where are we here? I think the first one is 1930. No. So it's 1907. Let's see here. That's 1930. Well, it must be 1900. There isn't a 1907. I'll have to change the numbers on this. So it's asking you for infant mortality rate. So you look at South America, and where's our infant mortality rate? You can look here. It's sitting well above the 15.6%. We have some in the 6.3, but most of it is in the 15.6% and over. So you'll put 6 to 15.6 in here, and then you'll move on to Europe, Africa, Asia, etc. And then you'll move forward and date to 1994. So let's see here. Hopefully the date will be right for this one. There's 1994. It's giving us 92 and 94. Anyway, you're going to use this series of maps to complete this section right here for infant mortality, and so on. So you're going to go through and simply click through all of the different maps, complete the chart, and at the end you're going to write up your analysis, write a one-page analysis of your findings, and see what you've discovered. Okay, so that's the big activity for activity 6.